Hi guys, welcome to my Glass Cannon Archer build. My goal is to keep this as concise as possible and give you all the details that you need to not only build this class, but to play it at an extremely high level. This guide and all future guides that I make will be broken up into quick, digestible chunks. In order, I will give you the goal of the build itself with a gearing and stat priority, alternative races and disciplines, the pros and cons, and lastly, how to play the class with video examples. This guide took me a long time to create. If you want to support and encourage me to make more, it's as simple as using the code in the description. You also get 25% off all future purchases if you attach it to your account, even if your account isn't new. Now, onto the guide. The ultimate goal of this build is to pump out as much single target damage as possible in the shortest amount of time. Everything in this build is designed to maximize damage in a very short window. On screen now, you'll see the layout of the build. Your race should be half-elf, you must use a piercing quiver, and it is heavily encouraged that you use a compound bow for the 7 meters of extra range. Every discipline was carefully considered and tested before landing on these selections. A driving factor was that these only get better with time. Unlike the standard Frost Archer build that I see so many archers using, these actually improve your stats as you level them up, and it doesn't sacrifice any damage. Not to mention it takes 440,000 gold for a single legendary primary discipline, so if I were you, I'd make friends with your guild's crafter so that you're not running around with garbage gear while you save up gold. I love you, Celtic. I'm sorry I brought 50 archers in that you need to craft for now. Once you level up these disciplines, you get an extra 2% damage, 300 piercing resist, 5% critical damage, an extra 5% execute damage, an extra 2% movement speed, and 2% critical strike. That's huge. Now let's talk about alternatives. Elkin is very good for this spec. You can slot in Pack Avatar, which is insane, and you can drop Hunter and Song of Speed. Elkins get a racial stealth detect, which is kind of like Ghetto Hunter, and then you also get a movement skill with your charge that you can create space with or use for a stun. For the spec itself, you have a very tiny amount of flexibility. If you want more space on your bar and you don't see value in stake, you can get rid of that because it's very situational. You need to be standing in it to get the buff, and you can pick up Ankle Shot. It really helps while kiting, and I kind of go back and forth on these depending on what mood I'm in, but it allows you to also have Song of Speed on both bars, which is really nice when you're rotating between your trays. You can also drop Song of Speed if you want more damage from the Sun or Moon Elf heritage, or if you're having problems with melee killing you too quickly, you can pick up Phantom Armor for some defensive utility. On screen, you can see where I rank the class in different aspects of the game. Your worst matchup is against Blackguards, Titans, and Barbarians when they connect with you. You can kill them at a distance, but when they connect, it's very deadly for you. Geared Assassins are very scary in general, but Pincushion can cut out a Cutthroat's damage almost entirely. Don't be afraid to fight them. Also, if you get an assassin out of stealth, you are one of the biggest counters to them in the game. The playstyle is very basic. Most of the time you're going to be doing a DPS rotation, which is rapid fire, tap, fully charged shot, rapid fire. Your highest burst is rapid fire. You want that third fully charged shot to also connect because it gives a very large bleed. While you're trying to kite the enemy, you can do tap full so that you can work in ricochets and kiting global cooldowns. Your ultimate goal should be to keep the enemy more than 50 meters away from you, as there are no other classes in the game that can DPS at this range. Your sweet spot is 50 to 65 meters with your compound bow. A lot of new archers struggle with this concept. I did when I was new. Your priority is always positioning over damage. If they are less than 50 meters from you, you need to be kiting. You need to be moving away. Lots of new archers will tunnel vision their damage and it will get them killed. You are squishy as hell. You are a literal glass cannon, and I have literally been two-shot in this build by high-level assassins. If you get the opportunity to gank somebody that is unaware of your position, which happens pretty frequently, you want to roll all of your damage buffs and then shoot a fully charged shot until they react to your presence. I've killed people that are brain dead farming before they even react. Once they react, you want to go into your ricochet shot to root them, and then rapid fire. I can make an argument that Ricochet Shot is the best ability in the game, and I can also argue that Rapid Fire causes PTSD for farmers because they all of a sudden get hit for 35% of their health before they can even react. Either way, here's some pro tips for you guys that stuck around to the end. You can sprint while charging your shot and run backwards to do flick shots while kiting. If you're setting up keybinds, use rapid fire as right click. It makes it way easier to aim and move at the same time. Cover your disengage with a stun, be it your Elkin stun or a trap. Avoid fighting in forests or areas that have a ton of cover where you can't see. And when you're ganking a stealther, you want to pop your hunter first. If you don't, there's going to be a short delay until you can see them after you pop hunter, so you want to do it preemptively. Thanks for watching. Bonus clip.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, release. Shooting. Fire.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
That was cruel.